Good morning. Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
All right, so I am live streaming this into my Facebook group because I was guided to do that with the guides. They're like, share this. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. It's very, very early. Well, not very early. It's 7 o'clock here. I mean, that is early for some people. All right, so I'm just pinning myself. Hopefully that shows up on my screen. There we go. Excellent. All right. So we've got a few people joining us now. I'm just going to go into Facebook. I'm just setting up my screens, everybody. So just bear with me. Comments. How do we get comments here? All right, here we are. All right. And I'm just going to add people as they join. Oh, this is so fun. Okay. The link didn't work for you. All good. Amanda. So I will be going between Zoom and Facebook. All right. So I'm just going to tag everyone in the Facebook group. All right. How did everyone sleep for those of you in Australia? And I hope those in the US have had a wonderful day. Let me know in comments or in the chat box. Suzanne, can you not hear me? All right, here we are. So you can all hear me okay, right? Yep, okay, excellent. All right, so for those of you who are on Zoom, I'll just get you to mute. Mute yourselves. There we go. Okay, good. All right, so thank you so much, everybody, for joining me this morning. I'm very, very excited. I do have a bit of a cold flu thing going on. No, that's all good, Lisa. Stay as long as you need to. If you need to leave, by all means, this is actually being recorded, so you'll be able to watch the replay either on my course portal or on Facebook, in the Facebook group. So the replays will be available for everyone who needs to leave or get ready for work or deal with children, whatever you need to do. Thank you, Suzanne. She's in Facebook, she's mentioned that I look gorgeous. So thank you, I appreciate that. I'm just gonna have a sip of my Lemsip because I do have a bit of a cold and I don't want to cough and sneeze throughout this call today. Okay, so all right, now I'll just get another bit of my screen ready before we get on and just making sure that we've got everyone. Okay, so if you're on Facebook, let me know where in the world you are. If you're here from Australia and watching me. And now I'm going to ensure I get my screens ready. Here we are, and we're going to share screen. Where are we? Share screen, and we're going to share that one as well. Okay, so you should all be able to see that screen right there, just making sure that works. Oh, that works. Okay, great. Okay, so I want to, Suzanne's from Tulsa in Oklahoma. So awesome. And then I think we've got Laylee here from the US. I can't remember. We had a session last week. I can't remember where she's from, but she's also from the US as well. So amazing. And I think Laurie Jane, you're from New Zealand, aren't you? Or are you in Australia as well? I'm just going to open up the chat box. Here we are. Oh, yes. Yes, Lily's from Boston. We've got Sybil from Dallas and Laurie Jane from New Zealand. Fantastic. We've got Tanya here from you. Okay, beautiful. All right. Yay, here we are. So welcome to the Masterclass. So for those of you who are new to my energy, my space, my vibe, welcome. I am deeply humbled to have you here. I've dedicated time for Q&A at the end of the class. So if you can, please hold off on any questions until that time. I will be checking between Facebook, like Facebook comments and the Zoom comments. But if anything relates to you or you're having any ahas, feel free to share that because I really I really want to get you involved in this as well. So before we get into it though, I will introduce myself and provide a brief background on where I've come from and how I can help you, so that you have a better understanding of who I am. All right, so I'm just going to add, oops, let's admit. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I am Samantha Calvani. I am a master psychic healer, coach, intuitive business strategist, wealth activator, and mentor. I've been practicing and using my skills for 15 years, or around for 15 years in a professional capacity.
It was the knife.
Oh.
The evil knife.
So yes, I help ambitious women who desire to lead themselves into their success, into change, and into better, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, whether you're a stay-at-home mum, an employee, moving up the ranks in your business, whether you're an entrepreneur, a leader, a coach, or whether you're spiritually or intuitive inclined, such as myself, like a healer or a psychic or both. I help you gain the confidence to make big, bold decisions in your life and your business by showing you how to trust your divine intuition and by healing what is holding you back from owning your worth so that you can naturally claim your new level of abundance. Okay. I absolutely love helping women transcend and ascend in your consciousness by opening you up to new levels of awareness that promotes love, inspiration, value to everyone you work with, everyone you live with, everyone that is around you. Okay, so one of the things that I love doing is helping people connect to their intuition. And I love seeing how that changes people, because if you understand the power of osmosis, you will know. Sorry, I should have changed my slide here. If you understand the power of osmosis, you will know that everything you do to improve and shift yourself into a higher level of consciousness will impact everyone around you. This is effortless healing and is so powerful. Okay, so someone's not on mute, so if you could mute yourself, that would be great. Here we go. Perfect. Okay. Oh, we've got lots of people admitting. I had over 100 people sign up this morning, so for the masterclass. So there's lots of people coming in, which is great. Okay. Amazing. Okay, so the reason I love doing what I love doing is because I also love helping women recognize how powerful they are and what is possible for their lives when they recognize this divine innate power, which is expressed in the form of their divine intuition. For so long, women have been encouraged to look for others for validation and approval. And what that has done is rob us of our personal power, our true essence. When women tap into and learn to deeply listen to their divine inner voice that is speaking through them and are able to trust this voice, they realize they have everything they need to make the right decisions that allow them to receive all that is aligned to them. And for me, this is the true definition of abundance. Now, every time I say that, every time I speak of what I do, I get goosebumps. So it's really powerful. I want to express how much I love my work. Anyway, I'll continue. So when you have the happiness, the joy, the inner calm and peace from deep within, and success and wealth will be naturally drawn to you. This is where you become naturally radiant and magnetic for all that you desire. And the key to long-lasting fulfillment and abundance is in accessing your intuition and re-establishing that connection back into your spirit. This is when it becomes abundance on your terms. And so with this, I'm excited to present this masterclass on helping you understand the energetics of money. Okay. So I'm just going to share a little bit more about where I've come from. So 14 years ago, I was in the fight for my life. My first marriage had just fallen apart. I was severely depressed, overwhelmed with my life and how it was unfolding. I became a single mom to 2 young boys at the age of 25, and I was struggling with debilitating worthlessness. I was in financial hardship. And as a result of this financial hardship, I actually went into bankruptcy. And everything in my life felt like a dark void of nothingness. So severe depression, severe anxiety. It was and the debilitating worthlessness, it was a pretty full on. On top of this, I was conflicted about the direction I wanted to take my life. I had no confidence to make decisions that empowered me. When I was making decisions, they were coming from a place of fear, a place of worry and concern, mostly a concern about what other people thought of me. Who has experienced that? Let me know. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Okay, we all go through something very, very similar to that, right? When I was making decisions, they were coming from a place of fear. Okay, yep, I already did that. I was constantly facing critical crisis moments that shook me to my core. Okay, these moments didn't allow me to make decisions from a place of personal power. I was making crappy decisions as I lacked the clarity and focus to think clearly. Now, as I reflect, I was also in a state of survival. Okay, I was coming out of a traumatic experience. And so I wasn't all there, I wasn't all there. I was in survival, which is hard to be in, However, within a few short years, my life began to change and for the better. I began listening to the innate voice within my heart, at which point it was speaking to me so loudly. I slowly began to listen and make decisions that really served me. I started to honor my boundaries, but most importantly, my self-worth, self-trust, and self-love began to skyrocket. I started working on myself, discovering who I was and really embracing what I discovered. Discovering who I was and embracing it was such a powerful time for me. I learned and finally accepted that I was a natural psychic and healer. And during this period, I realized that I had the power to quantum leap myself into powerful change and true divine abundance. Okay, so I'll just ask that everyone is on mute. Thank you. I realized I was a powerful manifesting queen who trusted her intuition wholeheartedly, and I became happy. Yeah, I overcame a chaotic life where I felt so worthless, unlovable, and mistrusting to find and build and create true soulful love. I remarried my Mr. Right, my soulmate, and had another 2 children. I built my business, which is now on track to generate multi-6 figures for the 3rd year in a row. A business that is slowly but surely evolving into a 7-figure brand, and one I can now live off and support my family on, all on my terms. I co-authored my first book, When Women Heal, in a joint collaboration with other coaches and entrepreneurs from around the world. This book became an international bestseller within 11 categories in its first 12 hours. Now, this is probably just one of my favorite things that I love sharing because it was such a great achievement. It was so scary to write a book and put myself out there, but to have that as a result was absolutely incredible. I now support hundreds of women in healing the relationships they have with themselves, unlocking their innate intuition for more abundance. And I purposely guide them to claiming their self-worth so they too can have a life they truly cherish. I've touched the lives of over 5,000 people through my one-to-one work, my courses, group coaching, and my free meditations, one of which has been downloaded over 100,000 times. So that's, that says a lot. I'm also hosting my first international Lux retreat in Egypt this coming October. Now, I was in October in March. And in March, and by the time I finished that tour, I said, yes, I'm going to host my own tour. And within 6 months, I've made that happen. I quantum leaped, I changed timelines to make that happen. So I'm very excited about that. And if anyone on this call today feels the calling to go to Egypt, I have a few places available. I know October is really, really soon, but if you make a decision and it feels really, really in alignment to you, say yes. It may not be this time around, but say yes. And the reason I say yes is because the minute you say yes, the universe starts responding and says, hey, she wants to do something. Let's start making that happen. Let's put all the things in place to make it happen. So, for example, I said by the end of the trip, I was like, yep, I'm going to Egypt. And the universe was like, right, let's make this happen. And by May, so within 6 weeks, I was already booking and organizing the tour. So, we have to say yes to the universe when it feels in alignment to us, because the universe will support you in that space. So say yes and see what happens. Okay. Now, I've also trained in multiple modalities. I'm certified as a master practitioner and trainer in NLP, timeline therapy, hypnotherapy, and I'm also a counselor. So I did my trainer's training for NLP and hypnotherapy, coaching, and all of that over the last 12 months. And it has been an absolute journey. And I'm so proud that I went all in on that. What I have unlocked within myself, I now unlock for those who make their way into my presence. So, oops, where are we? There we are. Okay. So further to this, in 2020, I took a leap of faith. Again, another yes moment into the universe, or with the universe, and I went all in on my business. My business at the time was a side hustle, and I was on maternity leave. I wanted more. Since that time, I've supported and provided energetic healing, intuitive business guidance, mentoring, and coaching to help my clients uncover and release the root cause of their challenges so that they can create the lives they want, built on true self-trust, self-love, and self-worth. This enables activation, magnetism of true meaningful abundance on their terms. Okay, so when we heal ourselves, there's a few of you who've had, who are my clients at the moment or have worked with me, and you've all experienced this and you all know what this looks and feels like for you. Okay, so the results are nothing short of amazing. I've helped women scale from 5-figure businesses to multi 6- and 7-figure businesses. Most recently, one of my clients, Natasha Bray, has she's scaled to multi 7 figures, and I've supported her through that over the last few years, which has been phenomenal. Most recently, she shared a post a few days ago sharing how I've helped her come up with a new model through intuitive guidance to pivot her business. So that has been fantastic. This has been a result of clearing past life blocks, hindering people and their success. So if you're in business and you're dealing with some blocks, there is a lot of the time it comes from a past life experience. Okay. I've also helped women gain promotions in their workplaces and receive unexpected money from unexpected sources. If you work with me, this tends to happen quite regularly. I love hearing stories like this. Even for myself last year, I received a huge amount of money from the tax department, and I was like, what? Why? I called them and I was questioning. I'm like, what is happening? Why is this happening? They're like, oh, we miscalculated a few things. I was like, all right, I'm going to take it. So, always enable and ask yourself to allow abundance to come from unexpected sources. This is what, this is part of the energetics of money. I've also helped women honor healthy boundaries and reclaim their personal power by owning their decisions. I help women establish a deep and powerful connection to their money and their wealth and reconnect to their loved ones, enabling true, meaningful, and joyful connections to their partners and children. So many relationships have been repaired, but women who've gone, I'm so unhappy, it's time for me to leave, have had the confidence to leave and honor themselves and do that. So that's really, really powerful as well. And when you honor yourself, you're stepping into abundance because you're acting and coming from a place of self-love. Self-love, self-worth, self-trust, they're the pillars of abundance, in my opinion. And when you're operating from that in all that you do, you are operating in that energy. And again, through osmosis, you are supporting other people to act from that energy as well. They may not even be aware of it, and that's the power of healing ourselves. Okay. Okay, so my promise to you is to provide your soul the space to evolve while being held in Spirit's hands. Okay, for those of you who don't know, In Spirit's Hands is my company name, and I love it because it's a beautiful name to it was channeled to me many years ago. I was actually at my office desk. I used to be a business analyst in the public service, and I was sitting at my desk, and this name just popped into my head, and I said, "No, I can't name my business that. That sounds silly." But over the years, I've realized that I am doing the work of spirit and holding people in my hands. So In Spirit's Hands is very, very fitting. Okay, so again, my promise to you is to provide your soul the space to evolve while being held in Spirit's hands without the masks so that you can step into your natural, authentic self to create the life you have truly desired for years on end. Okay, so I'm just going to have a sip of my drink. The joys of overcoming a cold, flu. All right, so today's focus is on creating harmony with money and the importance this innate power can have in aligning and influencing your life for the better. Firstly, I'll explain the energetics of money as channeled by the guides and what creates disharmony with money. I'll provide you tips and energetic tools to shift out of this energy. And from here, I'll discuss the 3-minute higher self connection model so that you have a simple yet powerful tool to begin the process of connecting to your higher self to support you with allowing money to come into your life. And then I'll take you through a powerful mini money meditation, or an activation, I should say, to connect you to your higher self and one of your divine abundance guides. And then we'll end with a Q&A. So if you have any questions, feel free to write them out on a piece of paper and then just send them to me towards the end. And yes, let's continue. All right, so this message is actually from the guides. They channeled it to me yesterday, so I had to write it down. So I'm just going to read it out to you as if it was channeled from the guides. So they're saying, hello, dear souls. They started with that. I was like, are you guys serious? Anyway, here we are. I've got a great connection with them. They're pretty funny. All right, so we asked Sam to provide a channeled experience for this masterclass to help you all understand the energetics of money. Many souls have mastered this, and yet there are many of you who have not been able to grasp the concept of harmonizing money, becoming balanced with it, if you will. We want to explain that first and foremost, that money is a concept designed by humanity in an attempt to create balance in exchange of energy and value. Of course, over time, the ego, as it does, has created disparity, separation, and hierarchy. And the result has been programming that consists of guilt, shame, worry, panic, and fear, as well as over-identification with money, causing many of you to feel overwhelmed, trapped, and burdened with this concept, hence creating an energy of disharmony. There are countless stories, we don't need to tell you, of money going wrong, people hurting each other, varying levels of abuse, control, and manipulation. And with this understanding, we can see why many humans feel like this, feeling overwhelmed and unsupported. However, the change with money and humanity begins with you. We want you to understand that money itself has its own life force. It has a consciousness that is ultimately controlled by you and how you allow it to be a part of your life at the individual level. Money on its own, in its own consciousness, without your involvement, carries a neutral vibration. It is neither positive or negative. It is merely an energy designed to support you to essentially keep the law of giving and receiving balanced. The positive or negative that you experience with money is controlled by the way that you think and feel about it. Essentially, the meaning you give it. From the energetic perspective, the consciousness of money desires harmony, and for you to be at peace at what we refer to 0 point. To create the 0 point, the balance and the harmony with money, money desires you to provide loving and kind thoughts and feelings. Offer respect like you would a friend, colleague, or family member, or even one of us as you invite one of us guides to come in and support you. Money desires you to extend an invitation of money or to money into your life from and with joy. When you honor these 3 keys, you essentially create a peace offering with the energy of money, an offering that says to money, love me back and support me. Therefore, we encourage you to love and embrace money as a child or a friend. There is no shame or greed in doing so. In fact, the more that you embrace, honor, love, and respect money, the greater your energetic capacity to receive becomes. You expand your energy when you embrace this aspect of your life. And in doing so, you will see an increase of abundance and flow into your life that is not hindered with lower vibrational concepts such as fear or shame. Now, can you imagine the impact that this would have on the collective consciousness when you embrace money from a loving, respectful manner. Imagine the subtle changes that occur without force. How empowering for yourself and those around you. Not only will this impact you and those around you positively, the money you make, the money you spend will be done with love and joy. That will then be spread out. You will be creating the essence of luck with your energy and your money, because the energy exchange in the money that you use will be of a higher vibration. We want you to know that healing and the shifts in humanity doesn't always necessarily come from what you do within yourself. And yes, we understand that that has a huge impact, but it comes from your actions and from your intentions. When you provide positive, loving, respectful, and joyful energy into everything that you do, it has a ripple effect of change. A ripple effect of change that is greater and far beyond your capability to understand. So for now, to help you understand and start shifting some of these beliefs, we would like you to think about how you have treated money with your thoughts and feelings. Maybe you have hated it, avoided it, disrespected it by thinking or feeling nasty things about it. Have you wished for it to go away, thought it was the worst thing in the world, considered it to be trouble and heartbreaking? Maybe you have given the energy of money a meaning that is not of love and respect. However you have thought of money, we would like to support you in harmonizing that energy right now. We also want to share that money is an expander. The consciousness of money loves expanding you. And if you are coming from a position of love and joy, you are only expanding that energy into your world. What money does is it also expands who you are. So if you are worried about guilt or shame or becoming greedy, look at other areas of your life where you know that you aren't. When you see yourself and know that you are a loving parent, a loving partner, a loving friend, money will only serve to expand more of that energy out into the world. Understanding that will also help you overcome any ego issues that come up as a result. Okay, so however you have thought of money, we would like to support you again in harmonizing that energy right now. Okay, now I'm just coming back to myself now after channeling that. The last few words were a bit channeled as well. But what has come up for you? Share in the comments. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what's come up for you about how you've treated money or the fear of lack. Yep, Tanya. Yep. Shame, heartbreak. Yeah. Treated it with an expectation. Yeah. Right. So when I was writing out my notes for today, of course, you know, when you do work like this, it also affects you as well. And so whenever I do healing or hypnotherapy or coaching or anything, it impacts me as well, because I have my own realizations in those sessions as well. So I was writing this out, guilt. And I realized that I was holding myself hostage for what could have been with money. Right? I held myself hostage, and it was creating this energy of guilt. And I was like, huh? And then I asked myself, oh my God, how is this impacting my life? And I was holding myself back because I was like, well, I'm not going to allow more money to come into my life because I feel guilty because I can't manage it. and I'm not doing what I should be doing with it. And then I posed myself the question, what is it that I should actually be doing with money, right? And so I said to myself, okay, I'm going to start letting this go. And I started to release it. Okay, so, oh, I can see this, Maria. I agree with pretty much everything that you've channeled. I have channeled similar messages, yet I'm not always seeing the impact of my inner work and my financial situation quite yet. Yeah, so maybe that's a question you could ask yourself right now, Maria. Ask yourself, what is holding you from allowing that financial flow to flow into your business right now? Okay. So if you've got those thoughts and those ideas, we're actually going to clear that out right now. To harmonize this first aspect, I've been guided to use light language. So if you haven't heard light language before, it sounds really wild. Sounds a bit weird. It sounds like a bunch of noises. Okay. But what I want you to do, is bring that thought, any feelings that are associated with it, any understandings that you have about the impact that finances, abundance, prosperity, money is bringing or not bringing to you, any thoughts or feelings that you have about that. And I'm going to clear the energy using light language. Okay. So if you're feeling that, yeah, resentment is also a big thing. Yeah, resentment towards money, big time. Resentment, feeling guilty, greed, thinking other people are greedy, all those things are energetic blocks to money because it's not actually true. And, if we're applying the law of attraction here as well, what you think and feel about money is also going to come back to you. So at some point, if you're thinking, oh man, money's the root of all evil, of course, money's not going to come to you because money's like a friend. Remember, money has its own consciousness and it responds to or is controlled, like the guide said, controlled or responds to the way you think and feel about it. So, think of money as a friend. If you thought that your friend was the root of all evil, well, would your friend want to hang out with you? Absolutely not. If you thought your friend was a pain in the ass and created so much burdens, would money want to come and hang out with you? Nope. Okay. So think of money as your friend and think about how you're treating your friend with all the thoughts that you have around money. It will shock you. I've done this exercise many times and I've gone, oh man, no wonder money doesn't want to hang out with me. Okay. Money responds to us. And that's that at the end of the day, that is the only thing we need to remember when it comes to the energetics of money, is that it responds to us and what we think and feel. If we don't invite money in, if we don't allow it to come to support us as a friend would, we're denying it. We deny it to come into our life. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah, good. All right. So I'm just going to have another sip of my drink before we go into the light language. Yeah, you're denying it. Yeah. Every time I say yes to money, every time I open myself up to the possibility of more coming in, more comes in. Well, I don't control how it comes in because that's not my job. That's one of the rules or laws of manifestation, is that we don't control how things happen for us. What we do control is the invitation to allow more to come in. We control our ability to receive. And so we let that come in naturally and easily and effortlessly. And I always invite that in. I always say, hey, universe, give me more. Give me more of the good stuff, the more of the stuff that I enjoy, because on the other end of this, what does money provide you? That's the question I want to ask you. What does money provide you? For me, it provides me the freedom to live my life according to my dreams, which is one, having a successful business. to supporting my family, having all my bills paid, and having more for holidays. One of the things coming from bankruptcy was I wasn't able to get any loans. I wasn't even allowed to get a house to rent because of this bankruptcy. So I had to live with my parents for a number of years. I was denied so much because of my own choices, you know, and because of circumstances outside of my control. And it really frustrated me. So I know what it's like not to have it. But I also know that having money gives me what I want to support my family. Like my family is one of my biggest thing, to give my children what they desire, what they dream of. Obviously not excessively, because I understand boundaries and, you know, all the things that come with parenting, you know, in an attempt to create balance or help raise balanced children and turn them into balanced adults. But, you know, I don't want my children growing up with the stress of the money issues that I had. So think about what money gives you. And anything that makes you feel uncomfortable is stuff that you need to work through. So write all those things down, maybe now or later, but write those things down. Okay. All right. So I also just want to share that anything negative you feel towards money actually comes from a position of lack. Your mind and your ego are focusing on what you don't have. And when you are in that position, you begin to freak out. Naturally, of course, I've done this so many times. You can go down a rabbit hole that spirals into more of the same. And when you're in that position, it can be very, very hard to shake, which is why what I'm going to tell you now and what I'm going to do for you now is one of the quickest ways to shift out of that. Yeah. Issues from childhood connected with money. Absolutely. Look, I'm being reminded of a memory. As a child, my grandmother, every single time we went to Sydney, I live in Canberra, which is 2.5 hours south of Sydney. We went to my grandmother's house in Sydney. Every time, like we spent numerous amounts of weekends there, but every time we left and would come home, my grandmother would give us $20. Now, as a five-year-old in the early 90s, that's a lot of money. Like $20 was a lot of money. But as soon as my grandmother would go away, after we said goodbye, my mother unintentionally would take the money away from us and put it away. But the programming, my brain created and interpreted that as money always leaves me. I receive money and it leaves me. When I uncovered this, I saw that pattern occurring every single time I got paid. Every time in my public service position, I would get paid, and by the end of the day, all my money was gone. No matter what I did. So you may have memories of that, things like that coming up. You may be like, oh man, did this actually happen? Oh my God, what did mum do? Or what did dad do? Or, you know, what did I hear growing up? Okay, I'll talk a little bit more about this as I go on. Yep, wealthy family, but mother was abusive. Yeah, absolutely. We can uncover a lot of that through the work. But okay, so for now, I'm just going to go because I'm getting off on a tangent here, which I tend to do. So this is why I have notes to keep me accountable and keep me in line. All right, so we're going to use some light language. I'm going to use some light language. And as I said, it may sound a little weird, but it's very, very, very powerful. And it's not only healing and cleansing, it's also activating. So I want you to bring to mind whatever's come up for you around money, any feelings associated with it. If you feel like you need to cry, if there's any anger or frustration, just let it bubble up. Okay, allow yourself to feel it. Let it all come up. And now I want you to close your eyes. I want you to start taking some really big, deep breaths. Just breathing gently in and out. Allow that energy to be at the forefront of your mind, to be feeling it. And then giving yourself permission to release it. Hiri, hiri, ah. Ara, ara, ooh. Ti, 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 ti. Give yourself permission to release anything that's coming up for you right now. Ara, ara, ooh. Tu, 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 tu. Feel it coming up. Tsi, tsi, tsi. I, 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 I. Ah, 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 ooh. Tss, tss, tss. Hiri, hiri, ah. Aru, 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 aru. Allow it to disappear. Hari, iri, iri, ah, 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 ah. Ooh. Haru. It is now being released from the very root of its creation within your soul. Iri, iri, i. Hara, ara, ara, ara. Ti, 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 ti. He. Allow it to release. It serves you no purpose. Allow yourself the liberation, the freedom, the joy. Ara, ara, I. Haru, iri, itits, a, hi, I. Bits, 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 sit, 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 sit. Allow a spiral of energy to work through your body, picking up the energy, the thoughts, the ideas, the concepts, allowing it to release from your being, from your soul, from your spirit, your heart, your mind, and your body now. Hara, hara, ooh, 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 ooh. Allow the energy to flow through you now. Ah, 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 ah. Freedom. Love. It's time to repair this energy. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. Hum, hum, hum. Freedom. Freedom is yours now. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to me. I could feel the energy moving through all of you. And there was some energy that was quite stagnant and very, very, very stuck there for some of you. So, which is where I called the spiral of light. But towards the end, the guys were like, yes, we got it. I was trying to like pay attention to what they were doing and also make sure that I was doing what I needed to do on this end. But yeah, they were like clapping. So they're very, very happy. The guides were very, very happy with that one. So how are you feeling? It's going to be exciting. When I did this for myself yesterday, I was like, wow, that feels like it just went. Okay. Now, yeah, your head's lighter. I feel like I've released it all. I feel so light, so free. Exactly. This is exactly what light language does. Now, if you're called to practice light language, look on YouTube and just see how other people do it. I've been speaking light language for a number of years, but I've actually only started doing it publicly in the last probably like month, because the guides were giving me a huge push. They were like, you need to use light language in everything because it's fast. And I was like, okay, fine. Okay. So if light language is something that is calling out to you, allow it to manifest as it needs to. Go onto YouTube, watch other people do light language, and that will also support you in activating it. Otherwise, you can join Sovereignty, which is my monthly membership. And I do more light language activations in that for healing and ascension in there. So that's also an option. Felt it in my throat before we started, then it was coming out of my throat, chest released as well. My first time with light language. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, look, like I said, light language is so powerful. Lisa, such an amazing gift you have been given. Thank you so much. It is, and it's you know, I'm still getting used to it, and I know it's going to evolve as I do more of it publicly. But it's vast, and we've all got access to it, all of us. So, wow, that was super powerful. Yay, I love this. I love this so much. All right, so now we're just going to move on to other tools that you can use to harmonize money. Now, gratitude is always the number one thing that we need to do when it comes to harmonizing money, okay? I personally wake up every single morning. Before I even open my eyes, I am already practicing gratitude. I'm already saying, thank you. Thank you so much for the pillow I'm sleeping on. Thank you for giving me another beautiful day. Thank you for the sun shining. Thank you for my beautiful children. Thank you for my husband. Thank you for the life that I have created. Gratitude is the fastest way to shift your vibration into love and abundance. Now, what happens when we are in love and abundance? We are in a position of receiving. When we're in a position of receiving, guess what happens? We receive more money. Okay, money is the byproduct of gratitude, of love and abundance. So, practice gratitude as often as you can. If you find yourself getting out of that energy, just close your eyes for a moment and think of all the things that you're grateful for. It will instantly, again, like this, like lightning quick, shift you and shift your vibration. Okay. I sometimes when I actually think I'm going through a bit of perimenopause. I had a hysterectomy last year, and this was expected because they say that after a hysterectomy, you can go into menopause within 5 years. And I've started showing symptoms of perimenopause, which, you know, higher levels of anxiety, thoughts that just go off on a tangent. And so to help support that, I mean, I'm on some supplements as well to support me physically, but mentally to support that, gratitude has been my number one, my absolute number one go-to. So it's really powerful. So don't discount the value of gratitude. For those of you who've been in my containers, who have been clients, I'm always harping on about gratitude, always. All right. The second thing I do, which is just as fast as light language, is call on the spirit of purity. To do this, I stop what I'm doing. I take some really big, deep breaths. And I bring whatever is coming up for me in any capacity, whether it's fear of money or any challenges around money or anything else that's coming up in my life, you know, a relationship issue or concerns about my kids or, you know, whatever. I bring it all to the forefront of my mind. I close my eyes and I ask for the spirit of purity to come from the highest, most divine level of consciousness. And then I ask for it to come forth and cleanse, clear, release, and remove any low vibrational thoughts, energies, concepts, or programming. And of course, any attachments or projections from other people, from my energy field and my physical being. Now, you don't have to say all that. You can just bring the idea or the concept or whatever's in your mind, whatever's bothering you, to the forefront of your mind, and just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and then just simply ask, Spirit of Purity, please come forth and cleanse my field. It takes all of 60 to 30 seconds to do that. But when we're honoring ourselves and cleansing and taking control, we become powerful. We become empowered in our energy. So it's really, really important that we do that, because money and abundance, the energy of it comes from our heart and comes from our personal power and what we're doing to honor that. Okay, it's not just money, you know, like, yeah, everyone wants to talk about money, but there's so much more to it. Money is just the physical byproduct of it. And if we want to avoid being, you know, seeing ourselves or coming across as greedy or guilt or shameful or whatever it is that we think about money, the way to do that is to come from a position of love and to honor ourselves deeply. Okay, to do that, cleansing our field, bringing in the energy of gratitude is super, super, super powerful. Now, the third thing that I do is invite money into my life. I bring it in, like, hey, money, hey, bestie, let's have a great time. Let's have fun. Come in and support me. Support my purpose. Support what I'm here to do. Support my family. Because when we think about money in that space, when we think about money being that pillar of support that supports us, what it actually does is it takes the stress away. Unfortunately, we live in a society where money exists. We absolutely 1000% have to honor that. We cannot deny it. We have to say, yeah, money's here, and I'm going to allow it to support me by having all my bills paid, by having all my expenses taken care of, so that I have one less thing to worry about. Think about how much worry money gives you. Think about all the times you've gone, if only I had a little bit more, or if I had more consistently. And then you get more consistently, and then you start feeling guilty and shameful for it. That does not work. We need to embrace it. We need to say, hey, money, thank you so much for coming and being a part of my life and taking away all that financial stress so that I can actually do and be here for what I'm meant to be doing. Yep. Or it comes in as fast as it goes out. That's right. When you ask yourself to invite that energy and embrace it for what it is, my goodness, magic happens. So much magic happens. I love sharing about this. I love talking about this. I love helping women realize that, yes, it's actually okay to have more money. Because there's nothing worse. I can tell you from my own experiences, there is absolutely nothing worse than not having any money. Trying to support your family, trying to pay your bills, trying to do this, trying to do that. I was in bankruptcy, working full time, paying things out, sorting things out, trying to keep my head above water, stop myself from drowning in financial debt. It was ridiculous. And the stress it put me in was horrendous. Adrenal fatigue, adrenal burnout, excess weight loss, hair loss. It's not a good place to be in. So when I said to myself, I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to go back into that position, the thing that led me out of that was embracing the fact that I had to be friends with money. And that's the energy of it. Okay, I hope that's making sense. Yep, more money, please. Allow it in. You're not greedy. You're not selfish for wanting more. I can promise you that. All right, so now you're probably thinking, right, and I have touched on this. That's awesome, but where does this stuff come from? Why do I think and feel this way? Well, there are three influences that tend to contribute to how we think and feel about money. Firstly, it's our upbringing. What you saw and what you experienced around money growing up will definitely impact you. And I gave a story about what my grandmother did. She's always very abundant. She was always giving out money. to all her grandkids every time, $20 here, $50 there, whatever. But then my mother would just come and take it off me, not intentionally, right? She was just doing it to put it away, you know, as we do. But the way I interpreted that was money leaves me. Okay. So things like that will impact you. Okay. You may have heard your grandmother talking about money being the root of all evil, or your parents scrimping and saving every last cent. You may have even heard your parents talking about how much money they didn't have after their paycheck. Okay. What you have grown up with is what you will see and believe to be true until you question it. So my guidance here is start questioning everything that you think negatively of money and start changing it. Okay. It is that it can be that simple. And I'm all about simple spirituality, simple practices. Spirituality does not need to be, or energy work doesn't need to be convoluted and long and anything like that. It's just too much. We don't have time for that. All right, we're all busy. Okay, so our external environments will also contribute to the way we think and feel about money, our society, and the collective beliefs. Okay, so that's also quite hard to break from. Okay, I've heard many people say to me, oh, Sam, aren't you worried about the recession? Absolutely not. I'm not worried about the recession. And the reason that is because that energy of recession is lack and scarcity, it's fear-mongering, and it's about shame. So when I step out of that and I honor that from a place of discernment, I go, yep, I understand that that's going on over there, but in my world, I'm staying abundant. Because money doesn't stop, ever. Okay, I know of people who've created multi-million-dollar businesses in recessions, in all sorts of considered bad economic times. Money doesn't ever stop. It's always revolving. There's always plenty. There's always more of it to go around. And the sooner you break free from that conditioning, the sooner you allow yourself to step out of that energy, is the minute you start stepping into your own power and into abundance. Okay, again, this is the energy of money. It's where you put your energy in and think about it, or how you think about it. Okay, so secondly, we also inherit money trauma in our energetic DNA. Things and experiences your ancestors felt or thought will be in your energetic blueprint, influencing you in the most subtle ways. So I had a belief that I was poor. Obviously, that was pretty intense, given that I went through bankruptcy. That's an energy of poverty right there. After I learned all the things that I know now, I realized, oh shit, this belief's still lingering in my energy field. Where is it coming from? I went and released it from the generations. It was probably like 5 or 6 generations back, where the belief was where we are poor. And what happened was, I did this about 6 years ago, or even 7 years ago now that I think about it. Oh my God, yeah, it was about 7 years ago. When I released this from my ancestral lines on my mother's side, all of her brothers and her cousins started coming into more money. Now, my family, my mother's family come from Chile. Chile is not a first world country. It's actually, it was doing really, really well. And in the last few years, there's been economic crisis, a lot of people plunging into poverty there. And my uncles, my mum's got 6 brothers, 7 brothers, all started going up. They all started moving into really nice apartments. Money started staying with them. So this is the impact that ancestral healing does. So it's very, very powerful. But if there is stuff that you're not consciously aware of, there are things from your inherited energy that could be influencing you. Right. And the third thing that is impacting the way money is in your life is the energetic imprints from past lives. Almost every single person I've worked with, hundreds, thousands of women, all have past life stuff. Okay, I had a past life where I was a market stall holder, and I kept thinking, oh my goodness, my services aren't good enough. My services aren't good enough. And this was like this belief, this cycle was just going on. My services aren't good enough. My services aren't good enough. Even though people were going, Sam, everything you do is amazing. And I'm like, no, not good enough. Not good enough. Anyway, I went and found the imprint of this and I released it. Guess what? Within hours, I was like, my services are good enough. Okay. So there will always almost be past life stuff that is impacting you. Yeah, Lisa, past life stuff is where most of my stuff has been needed to be cleared out. Exactly. Okay. We live in excess of 30,000 lifetimes. Okay. If you think about how long humanity's been, or humans have been roaming this earth, there's over 30,000, probably more, lifetimes where you have gained energetic imprints from past lives that are still influencing you. There's karma that's influencing you from past lives. There are so many different aspects and avenues. You know, healing is very multidimensional. Past life stuff is very multidimensional. You know, I've cleared out curses from past lives that are impacting my client in this lifetime. So, you know, there's lots to look at, but these are the three things that will come and start blocking you. Which is why it's also very important to do the energy side of work, of this money work, not just the physical side. When it comes to, you know, increasing your own abundance. Yep. Had a witch wound. Yeah. Witch wounds will impact, definitely impact your money stuff. Okay. All right. So has anything come up for you around that? Any ideas or concepts? Yep. Karmic contracts are also big. Yep. Major breakthroughs with karmic contracts. Absolutely. I've cleared so much. Healing was my religion, not my profession. Yeah. Unworthiness, lots of unworthiness, past life unworthiness. Oh my goodness. I've had so much past life unworthiness. I actually I took myself on a deep healing journey at some point last year. And I said to myself, I want to discover the very first time I felt unworthy. And I was actually taken to a past life in Atlantis before the fall of Atlantis, you know, 30, 40, even 50,000 years ago. And that really shifted a lot of things for me, releasing that energy. Yeah, very intense. Like when I do a lot of work, I always try and go back to the very first time. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so look, there's so much more I could talk about, and I know we're getting near to the end of our time. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the 3-minute daily connection. Yeah, past life regression. I actually don't do a lot of past life regression. Because my skills allow me to see. So when I do a healing session with you, I actually download or see what has happened for you, and I release that for you, and I talk to you about it as it happens. So you don't actually need to experience too much of that. I mean, I do past life regression, but not often. But mostly in the energy work that I do, I'm able to clear out past lives very quickly. I clear out, you know, anywhere of 10 to 50 past lives in one session. So it's very fun and very freeing for those who partake in those sessions. Okay, so this 3-minute daily connection is another simple tool, okay, because I want to empower you. You know, I want you to come to this workshop, and I want you to leave with tools that are really easy and simple to apply every single day. Now, one of the things that I love doing is connecting to my higher self for more abundance. Now, your higher self is the part of you that has the ability to see things from a bird's eye perspective. You know, she's looking down at your life and looking at your pathway going, oh yeah, cool. If only she invited me in a little bit more, maybe we could get a better result. She's not that judgmental. Trust me, she's not. Anyway, so by asking ourselves 3 questions, maybe a few more if you want to, we put ourselves, these 3 questions, we put ourselves in flow. We put ourselves place ourselves in a position of presence. Now, when we're present, we're in abundance. Okay, we're not projecting our stuff into the future or thinking about the past. We're staying here. And when we're here, it's like, imagine yourself having this pillar of light constantly over you, and the universe just dumping all the stuff into your energy field and into your being. That's what being present is about. So these questions help you stay in that moment so that you can tap into your abundance. Now, these 3 questions, how do I want to live right now? How do I want to work right now? And how I want to flow right now, are incredibly powerful in keeping you present and focused and supported, but also in staying in the energy of abundance. These 3 questions help me manifest so much money. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I'm like, what? How is that even possible? But when it comes to money, when it comes to abundance, we don't control how it comes. You may be told to go and eat a pizza. Who loves pizza? Me. My clients who are on the call know that I absolutely love pizza. But it may tell you to put some red lipstick on. Okay, so you may be guided to do something fun. Those things that you're guided to do are the things that you need to take action on. I had a client once who was guided to put red lipstick on. She put red lipstick on. By the time she looked at her phone 15 minutes later, after she finished getting ready for the day, she looked at her phone 15 minutes later and she had like $4,000 or $5,000 come into her, like in payments come into her account unexpectedly, because she owned a store. So, or in 15 minutes, all these sales had come through. I know that sounds wild, but trust me, when you follow the answers you get from these journal prompts and you implement the action that's taken, magic happens. A little while ago, I said, I asked the question, how do I want to flow right now? And the answer I got was, close your eyes for 5 minutes and be quiet. I was like, okay, that's easy. I closed my eyes, I sat for 5 minutes, just sitting there, put the timer on my phone. By the time I came out of that, I had the new framework for a new offer. And once I implemented it, it had given me an extra $15,000 in revenue in my business. Okay. So follow what you get. Now, there are additional questions that you may want to ask. What message can I share with my audience? Now, this is really fun. A lot of the messages that I share on my Facebook are all from this one question. My higher self knows what you all need, because she's looking at you guys as well. Ladies, I should say. She's looking at you ladies as well. She's like, yeah, I know what they all need to hear today. So all the messages that you see are from my higher self. How can I bring more money in today? What do I need to do today to help me reach my monthly money goal? This masterclass is mostly around money. So let's ask the money questions, right? What do I need to do today to help me reach my monthly money goal? Now, when I ask myself that question, I get the most bizarre answers, but I follow it. Buy myself some flowers, go eat some pizza, believe it or not, have a nap, do some yoga. The most wildest things I get to do never actually to do with a money-making activity, except for posting on Facebook or marketing my services. Okay, so I want you to ask those questions. And even if you're not in business, you can do that. Because remember, we don't control how money comes to us. Okay, when we're stepping into the energy of abundance and honoring ourselves there, money comes to us in different places. Now, when I really started moving into the money space and work, guess what happened? I won $10,000 on a scratchy ticket on my birthday a number of years ago, because I started moving into that energy. Lisa, most of the time my guides give me ideas that defy my logical brain, but I've learned to just go with it. Yep, trust me. I mentioned earlier, one of my clients, she's going through a pivot at the moment. I kept reiterating this message. She's like, oh, it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, it never has to make sense. Never. There are things that I've gone and done, and I've like this masterclass, for example, I was like, why am I doing this masterclass? I was like, what am I really going to talk about? But as of course, the guides are like, you know what to do. Yep. Look at this. See, all of you. Oh, yeah. And my phone was about to die as I came into the room, and it did. Yeah. Sometimes we don't get the aha moment until much later, but when it comes, it's always worth it. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So money is abundance. And what we do when we live and operate from the energy of abundance, which is essentially living in gratitude in all that we do, we invite money to come into our lives. Money is the physical byproduct of love and gratitude. And when we allow ourselves to flow and live in the present moment, we are giving ourselves the opportunity to receive more. Okay, as I've mentioned, these methods have enabled exponential growth in my life, and I've received unexpected money as a result. Okay, so I'm just going to push that point. Oh, sorry, my son's going to school. Bye. It's just so cute. So, allow yourself to receive more. Now, I talk about the concept of receiving more in my program, The Empress of Wealth. Some of you who are here today have done that. So I am going to talk to you about the Empress of Wealth before we go into the meditation. This might mean that we do go a little bit over time. So if you do need to leave, that's absolutely okay. And I apologize for going over time. I have gone off on a few tangents today, so I apologize, but there's always stuff to talk about, right? So I'm going to talk to you about the Empress of Wealth, my 6-week money healing program. And then I will do the money activation and answer your questions towards the end. I will try and fly through this part so that I can get to the mini money activation as quickly as possible. But firstly, I'm going to explain what the Empress of Wealth is. It's an archetype that resides in each of us. Okay, so the Empress of Wealth is fearless when it comes to money. She knows what she wants and she goes for it. She's confident and clear on her desires. She's radiating an energy of abundance by being present. She's filled with certainty and self-belief. She's aware of her thoughts, her feelings, and beliefs. She's a powerful manifesting woman. She's supported physically and spiritually. She holds the balance of masculine and feminine energy. She's decisive, but also flows with ease and grace. She's consistent in her expansion as she honors her personal development and growth. She's responsive and not reactive. She's thoughtful, tactful, and humble. The Empress of Wealth is the embodiment of wealth from deep within her mind and her body. It's the shifts in your soul that open you up to more of what you desire simply because you recognize that you deserve it. Consistency in your mental and spiritual energy, that is what the Empress of Wealth is about. She allows you to be deeply emotional without compromising your energy or her worth. The Empress of Wealth says it's so important to open yourself up to the possibility of creating deep spiritual stability by enabling wealth to be a part of your existence so that you can be the fullest expression of you right here, right now, without the concerns of shame or guilt. She also says this is so important because as each of you grow, develop, shift, and connect back into the very root essence of your spirit, you promote deep societal change that enables the structures and dynamics of your society to change towards divine and natural balance. Okay, so this is why I love doing what I do. I love empowering women to change themselves at such deep levels. And it starts with honoring our abundance, our money, our prosperity, because what we change in ourselves, we start changing in our society. Okay. All right. So the Empress of Wealth, here we are. Now, I've run this program a few times before, and it has been powerful. I think some of you who are on the call today have been a part of that program and experienced incredible shifts as a result. So what happens when we do the inner work in the Empress of Wealth? Many women have unlocked and embodied deep self-belief. They've recognized their worth. They've rebuilt their self-trust. They've established deep levels of self-love. They've connected to their intuition, because I entwine intuition and abundance very much in everything I do. They've healed their inner child and parent wounds, which is so liberating. They've addressed ancestral patterns, wounds, and curses carried forward from different generations. They've healed their hearts and opened their hearts to expand and receive more. They've claimed their spiritual sovereignty. And they've attracted more income, more clients, and have developed deeper and more fulfilling relationships with their children and friends. So this is a result. These are all the things that have happened in the Empress of Wealth previously. Very, 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 very powerful stuff. Okay, so I'll just share some results as well. These are some of the results who have done this in the, achieved this in the Empress of Wealth previously. NCC suddenly had multiple business opportunities appear. SG had painful clients randomly come in. TG felt free from abandonment and could see how this left her feeling abandoned by her money. JC found wealth, joyful love after years of turmoiled relationships, because money is not just about money, it's about everything in our life. Many had income ceilings and smashed through these upper limits with record monthly incomes. Many who were in business are 3 times the amount of money they received. So some of the women went from $20,000 months to $60,000 months, and that's absolutely incredible. Many others released negative emotions, felt inspired, and took action towards their dreams faster than ever before. Okay, because we're addressing all sorts of different energies when we're doing this. The Empress of Wealth is a deeply healing and uplifting experience, and it's a container, a vortex that is deeply supported. And you know, when you go through these 6 weeks with me, I'm there the whole way. I'm holding your hand, I'm supporting you, I'm encouraging you. You know, people share in the group, people message me, and I'm there honoring you and supporting you and helping you move through these shifts. So it's a very, very fun, but also deeply healing experience. Okay, so if you could activate the Empress of Wealth within you and embody your highest aligned and most radiant wealthy self, and it allowed you to live the life that you dreamed of, would it be worth it? Let me know in the comments. Just gonna have another sip of my drink. Okay, good. All right, so what's going on Facebook over here? I can't see anything. Okay, amazing. So in order for me to help more women reestablish their connection to their abundance, prosperity, and wealth, oh, my other kids are going. I've been guided to host, lead, and guide you on a 6-week journey of deeper discovery and connection to yourself. And what I've given you today has only touched on the surface of the magnificent power of what healing your abundance wounds can do for you. The Empress of Wealth is a 6-week vortex where you will transform your energy from attracting lack to becoming aligned with high money vibes that will see an abundance of cash and dream clients, if you're in business, flow in with divine ease. We will also focus on releasing deep wounds of resistance, worthlessness, and money shame that will open you up to your full abundance power. I'm also going to help you claim your divine inherent worth that will activate your radiance and magnetism. Now, when we're radiant, we become magnetic. And when we're magnetic, the law of attraction says, woohoo, look at all that radiance coming out of her. Let's give her more. I'm also going to help you and lead you into divine receivership, showing you how to be a vessel for wealth in love, health, money, and business. I'm going to support you in dropping all your money fears and awaken your inner Empress of Gold so that you feel rich, lit up, and deserving of love and money on express. Woohoo! And I'm going to support you in letting go of all the stories, patterns, and beliefs that keep you believing that you're not amazing, and shift into claiming your authentic, powerful brilliance. Okay, you are all worthy and deserving of that. And as I say that, I'm getting goosebumps. You all need to know that that's what you're here to do and to claim. Okay, so if you're ready to let go of the stories and patterns and beliefs that keep you believing that you will never make it in your business or in your life, and lead yourself into your success by honoring your alpha and activating the balanced, integrated, and whole Empress leader or divine empress that exists within you, this program is for you. It's also for you if you're ready to have your inner light glowing gloriously in the world, to reclaim your sparkle and feel it too. This program is also for you if you want to activate your intuition and bring yourself into alignment with laser sharp clarity for your future. Hello, passion, purpose, and productivity. Yes. And then we're also, this program is also for you if you want to shift away from second guessing yourself and all the feelings of confusion to a powerful empress who has clarity in the direction she's taking her life and business. Okay. I want to help you make true, big, bold decisions that collapse timelines to bring your desires into fruition in half the time. Okay, so if you're ready for this, this is what this program is all about. Okay, so the Empress of Wealth is a 6-week sacred container, a 6-week vortex, if you will, where you will be fully supported to learn, experience, and transform into the next version of yourself. You will receive 6 weeks of content. So you'll be granted membership on my online membership portal, where you'll receive weekly access to 3 lessons each week for 6 weeks. Then you will also receive 6 divinely guided mastermind calls. Some of the most potent healing occurs when you are in flow and open to receiving divine messages from the celestial realms. Each week for the duration of the 6 weeks, you'll have access to a live group call with me, to answer any of your questions, to talk about any of your experiences. We get together weekly to be able to do that. You're also going to receive 8 deeply healing meditations and quantum activations. I actually think there's probably about 10 meditations in there. I've forgotten. I tried to look through it all yesterday, but yeah, there's quite a number of meditations in there. So these quantum activations and healing meditations are designed to reprogram your mind and bring out the healing. This is where we do the inner child healing. This is where we do the past life stuff. This is where you get to witness and experience all the deep changes at the unconscious level. That happens in these calls. Now, not these calls, these meditations. Now, everyone who has done these meditations talks about these in such a high manner. They always rave on about how amazing these is, because they experience the shifts inside these quantum meditations. So it's very, very, very powerful. Okay. You'll also be provided tasks and integration methods. So this is where we do the conscious rewiring of your mind for more health, wealth, intuition, and leadership. Okay, so self-leadership is very, very powerful. As I said, it's about claiming your power. So you'll be given tasks to do every week to support the change, as well as access to a private, exclusive Facebook group. Okay, we all become friends. I support you all. We become a community, and it's a loving, supportive space. And I love helping people in that. I love helping people create community and connect with each other. So, the Facebook group is also very, 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 very fun. Okay, so the investment. For the 6-week program, the investment is $1,297. Or there is a payment plan of 6 payments of $255 for each month for the next 6 months. Now, if you'd like a very luxe VIP experience, you can also enroll into the Empress of Wealth, the VIP option. You'll receive 6 weeks of love, support, guidance, and 3 90-minute calls with me, in addition to the course. Yeah. So I'll be in your back pocket, masterminding and providing you guidance in all the right ways. So like I said, you get access to me for 6 weeks. That's Voxer access 5 days a week for 6 weeks, all day long if you want to message me. Okay, so it's a VIP. I will support you in masterminding for your business, for your life, intuitive guidance, healing, all the things that you can ask for in that VIP option, as well as 3 90-minute calls where we get really laser focused and do deep healing as well. So that's a lot of fun. Okay, now the program begins on the 11th of September. And so that's not too far away. It's about 11 days from now, which is amazing. And I'm so excited to be leading this vortex again and helping as many women as possible to connect to their spirit. as well as their money, because it's so much fun to be able to do that. I've seen, you know, the women who've come out of this have gone on to do incredible things. You know, some have started businesses, some, you know, see money in a completely different way, and, you know, have changed their lives as a result. So it's a very fun experience. Okay, right. So if you want to join me, I will send out an email shortly after the call with all the details. And I would love to have you there. And if you've got any questions, feel free to ask me at the end of the call. Okay. I'm just going to calm the energy down because I'm like really ramped up right now, but it's time for our money activation. Okay. Ooh, all right. I'm just going to have another sip of my drink. Ooh. All right, so this will go for about 10 to 15 minutes. And like I said, I apologize for keeping you over time, but I do like to talk, as you can hear. All right. So now I just want you to just allow yourself to relax. Start taking some really big deep breaths. I want you to close your eyes. And as you're breathing deeply, I want you to imagine a beautiful golden wave of energy starting to wash over you. This beautiful golden wave of energy that's washing over you is so warm, soft, like silk. As this warm, silky, golden energy washes over you, it helps you become deeper, relaxed. You allow yourself to become so much more relaxed, letting go of any tension, stress, as these golden waves of energy wash over you. And as you begin to feel much more at ease and comfortable, much more relaxed right now, I want you to get up. Imagine yourself getting up from wherever you are and walking to the nearest door that takes you outside. As you walk outside, you see a beautiful crystal pathway that has formed for you. You step onto the crystal pathway and you can feel the energy of the crystal pathway moving up through your feet, up your legs and into your body, helping you feel safe and grounded. And as you walk along, you can see yourself, hear yourself, feel yourself walking along this beautiful crystal pathway, feeling grounded, safe, supported, feeling even more relaxed as you walk along this beautiful crystal pathway. And as you're walking along, you begin to notice and see that the surroundings around you begin to shift and change. they shift and change. And you see yourself in a field with beautiful long grass and the sun shining brightly on your face. The gentle breeze of the wind touching your face, rustling your hair. And you feel good, relaxed, and at ease as you continue walking along this beautiful crystal pathway. Not too far in the distance, you see a beautiful golden temple. And as you get closer, you can feel your energy begin to shift again. You may feel excited and open to exploring and seeing what's inside this beautiful golden temple. You walk up to the temple now, and you see two of your beautiful guardian angels ready and waiting for you. They warmly welcome you. They take your hands. They lead you into the temple. And they say to you, "Welcome. We're so excited to have you here to receive what you need to receive for your highest and best good." They lead you into the main healing chamber. And as you enter the chamber, you feel so light and at ease. The angels ask you and say to you, what is another money thing, a money belief, a feeling that is blocking you? What needs to be released right now? Think about the very first things that come to your mind. What is causing disruption for you? How is it impacting your life right now? How is it stopping you from receiving more? Whatever it is, I want you to imagine a box in front of you inside this temple. And I want you to put all of the stuff that's come up for you in there. Every single money thing. Not just this thing that's come up. Put it all in this box. And as you put all this stuff in the box, I want you to close this box and say to yourself, I let it go once and for all in this and any other lifetime. I free myself. I liberate myself and I claim my divine abundance. I am worthy of that. I am divinely abundant and I claim that right now. That box begins to disintegrate and disappear because it is so easy to release. So easy to do so. And you can do this whenever you need to. It is now time to call in the masters of the divine abundance codes. They form a circle around you. You can feel their energy. You can see them glowing, beautiful, bright energy that is so invigorating and replenishing. Each of the masters have a code in their hand. A code that is designed to activate and support you. It is time for you to receive one of those codes right now. So we invite the Divine Master to come forth with the code that will support you right now, to come and stand before you. You may see, feel, simply know that the Master is in front of you. Right now, I want you to imagine that your heart is opening right up. The energy of your heart space. You place your hand out in front of you. The Master places a code into your hand. And that code begins to light up. Allow yourself to receive that code right now. Allow yourself to receive any messages or insights about that code for you right now. How does this code support your abundance, your money, your life? Uru, uru, uru. Ha, ha, ha. Ira, ira, I. Hiri, hiri, ha. Ara, ara, I. Allow that activation to take place. Allow it to integrate into your heart, into your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit, into every level of your being. Sit si I, hi, ha, haru iri ara, iri. Sit si. It is now time to place that code into your heart. Move the code into your heart now. Let it integrate and awaken. You are claiming the Empress of Wealth within you right now. You are activating. You are activating this part of you. You are activating your radiance, your magnetism. You are powerful, worthy, deserving. You are a being of light in anything that you do. It's time for you to claim that, to share that light into the world. You are the goddess, the empress, the priestess, all within one. Claim your power. Claim your power with love and reverence. Know that you are inherently worthy of receiving and allowing that divine abundance to come into your life in every aspect, in every space, in every way. Allow your intuition to soar so that you have the capability to receive messages, ideas, concepts, to implement, to create, to bring to life in your life now. We activate the energy of confidence and action taking, discipline and focus, so that you can implement these changes with absolute ease, knowing that it is the right thing for you to do. Trust yourself. You are the Empress of Wealth, after all. Honor that within yourself. Honor that within your life. Take action. We are here to encourage you. We are here to support you. You are always supported. You are always loved. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to bring forth all of your ideas. Even if it doesn't make sense to you. If your heart is speaking loudly, your intuition is guiding you. Have the faith to move with it. We will never lead you astray. We will never lead you on a path that will hurt you. We're here to support you, to bring light to the earth, because the earth needs it, and you are part of that in any way, shape, or form. In any way that you do this, it's time. Claim it. Claim it now. It's time. The masters of the divine abundance codes now step back. And we now invoke and bring forth your higher self. She's radiant and magnetic. She's powerful. She's beautiful. She has a message for you. Let her come forth and share what needs to be shared. And allow your unconscious mind, your conscious mind, to be fully aware of the message that you receive so that you can remember it when you need to. Just trust that you'll know. Allow that message to come through now. We now thank your higher self for her loving guidance and her message. It is now time to leave the temple, feeling so bright, so radiant, so loved and supported. I'd like you to see yourself and feel yourself walking out of the temple, leaving the healing chamber behind you. Walking outside of the temple, back onto that beautiful crystal pathway. Feeling completely energized, invigorated, supported, loved as you walk down this beautiful crystal pathway. Each step you take gives you much more energy as you walk down, and remember the messages, the energy, the love, the support that you've received inside the Golden Temple. And again, feeling so much more energy, alive, excited, with so much clarity, and allowing those energies to integrate over the next few days so that you take divine action, divine aligned action, and allow abundance to come to you in any way, shape, or form, knowing that it's all there, ready, and available to you. Opening yourself up to receive. Now, as you get closer to your home, the surroundings around you begin to shift and change. They begin to look a lot more familiar. Each step you take now towards your home, towards your room, you can see and feel golden tree roots coming out from the bottom of your feet, grounding your body, your heart, your mind, your soul, and your spirit deep, deep, deep into the core of the earth. With each step you take, you are getting more and more grounded. Grounding your body, your heart, your mind, your soul, and your spirit, anchoring everything that you've received today deep into your body, your heart, your mind, and your soul, deep into the earth, walking through your home and back to the chair where you are now sitting on. Feeling so grounded, feeling so energized, loved, supported, knowing that you've got it all and it's available to you. I want you to start wiggling your toes and your fingers, knowing that money is available to you and allowing it to come in every single way possible, in the most unimaginable ways, being open, wiggling your fingers. On the count of 1, opening your eyes. 3, 2, and 1, opening your eyes and feeling energized and excited. Let me know how that went. Feeling grounded as well. Woohoo! How was that? Amazing. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That was so great. Feeling so good. Yeah. We love activating divine abundance codes. Yeah, Maria, I needed this today. Powerful, relaxing, amazing. So much goodness can happen in like Okay, I did go over to 20 minutes, but so much goodness can happen in 20 minutes. Yeah, so look, the Empress of Wealth, those quantum activations and meditations are very similar to that. And you get 8 to 10 of those over the 6 weeks. So yeah, Henley, my box was endless deep, burned it all. I didn't realize it all came back and so easy to let go. Yeah. Yep. By all means, Maria, thank you so much. Yeah, midnight in the UK, absolutely. After that, yeah, I can understand that you would be sleepy. So thank you all so much. I know it's getting late for those in the Northern Hemisphere. Thank you so much for joining me. Now, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Facebook group, or if you want me to answer any questions now, I'm more than happy to do that right now. So feel free to answer any questions. You can unmute yourself and do that. If not, thank you so much. If you need to go, please do. So thank you so much. Okay. So anyone in the Facebook realm, do you have any questions for me? I haven't ignored you. I've been watching you. Yeah, okay. No questions there. Fantastic. Okay, thank you so much. It was amazing. Yeah, I love seeing you too, Tanya. Thank you so much. You look gorgeous. I can see you there. You're on my screen. I can see that your head's done nicely. It looks beautiful. So yeah, thank you. Look, there doesn't seem to be any questions, and I don't know if you can hear the vacuum cleaners have arrived. But thank you again so much. I apologize for going over time, but as you can see, it was so worth it at the end. You will receive an email with your details for the Empress of Wealth. Thank you. Enjoy your day for those of you in Australia. Have a wonderful sleep for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. I appreciate your time for joining me. Take care, all of you. Thank you. Yay. Have a great day. I'm so excited. And let me know how the abundance codes transpires for you in your life. I'm looking forward to hearing all about that. Okay. Take care. Thank you again. Bye.